A great pitch and catch team that was.
J.C. Ham has got over 1,000 completions in his CFL career with his performance tonight. Out in the flat to Gizmo, and he breaks a tackle, and that means he could be trouble, but the Lions stop his progress just over the 30-yard line. Glenn Scribner made the stop on Gizmo.
Giz lined up against Majors out there. Just a quick hitch, and the key to this whole play was the running back Pringle getting out there and making the block on Majors to allow Giz to break back inside. But you saw great pursuit from the BC defense out to nullify that to a minimal gain.
They're the top receivers in this game. Williams on the strength of a 75-yard touchdown pass in the first half. It's second down 11 after the 4-yard Williams pickup, and Ham downfield. Double covered was Gizmo Williams, Remy Trudell, and Chris Major in on the stop.
Big play happened that time. That number 37 was Donald Miller, came from the outside linebacker spot. Nobody blocked him, and he got up in Tracy's face fairly quickly, forced him to have to move outside of the pocket a little bit, and he rushed the throw into some double coverage to the Giz.
Chris Major shaken up. But the Lions defense has done its job. They forced the Eskimos into a kicking situation. BC, with a little spark after the drive for the field goal, should get the football in pretty good field position here.
Well, without a doubt, that last series that Kimbrough run as for the BC offense had some positive movement to it, had some progressive first downs, and if the defense realizes that point as far as getting the ball back to them as quickly as possible, then it could be a successful third quarter. He twists his leg back here, as you can see Chris Majors right as he was making the hit on the Giz, but he looks to be okay up walking around. Certainly hope to be him back in the lineup.
That's Bill Reicholt, the athletic therapist of the Lions, who is an Edmonton native. And Harper in on third down to punt. Flutie and Starr are back, and it will be Eric Starr from inside his 35, and the Eskimos continue their superb punt coverage tonight. Tony Kimbrough goes back in, rewarded for that drive of 3 points for the Lions, and Danny Barrett is on the sidelines in the second half of this game.
Certainly he's got to be standing over there shaking his head trying to figure out exactly what happened. But I know he's the kind of player and the kind of person from the character that he is, that he wants the best for this team. If Kimbrough can get the job done out there, then he's going to be very supportive of it.
Kimbrough fake to Volpe. That was an unusual pass, but Marasco has it and has enough for a first down, but there is a flag down on the play. Kimbrough took quite a hit, and he's trying to get up. We may see Danny Barrett a little quicker than we expected. That was not classic passing form by Kimbrough. He kind of shot-footed that ball ahead to Marasco.
That looks like an old quarterback.
Roughing the passer, 89 Edmonton, first down BC.
That pass looked like, I was going to say, one of those old quarterbacks I used to know, Tom Wilkinson. But at the last minute, Leroy Blue comes in. Pretty harmless looking throw down there. I mean, this guy may get an Academy Award for this thing, but I didn't see any justification for a flag there.
But it is 15 yards, and the Lions are back in Eskimo territory as Barrett paces on the sidelines. Out. Kimbrough in the flat, and Clark, who was so reliable a year ago, drops his second pass of the game.
Very uncommon for Clark in this time. Comes out of the backfield a little bit, has a good speed, and breaks to the outside. Enos Jackson is way behind him. He's wide open, takes his eye and concentration off of it just for a split second, and that's all it takes to make an incompletion.
Well, our focus has been on the Lion quarterbacks tonight, but that's the 5th catchable ball that's been dropped by the Lion receivers, and you don't expect it from Matt Clark. Well, we've got all kinds of movement. The only guy who didn't move there was Lion center Ian Sinclair, but I think the Lions were the first to move, and that is the call.
Ian's at an advantage at that point. His hands on the ball. He's not going anywhere, and no one should be going anywhere.
Number 50, Still second down.
Until he snaps the ball on that play.
A lot of penalties so far tonight in the first game of the year for these two teams. Look at the Eskimo totals. That's too many.
This will be one category and one stat that Ron Lancaster will be very, very upset with, and he'll go through this with his Edmonton team.
Now 2nd and 15 for Tony Kimbrough. That's showing blitz, and here they come. Kimbrough sprints out, and he's got some running room. Tony Kimbrough caught from behind, near a first down, but short. Willie Pless was on the move, and Kimbrough shaken up.
Just an absolute outstanding effort by Willie Pless, coming on the blitz up the middle, absolutely leaps over one of the defenders that tried to cut his legs out from under him, misses Kimbrough the first time, and pursues, as we see it right here. Right there, Willie Pless hurdles over him and has enough speed. If he had the containment outside, that was a sack. But you see the determination that he has and the speed that he has. He never gets up, and he keeps after Kimbrough, and he's able to drive him out before he gets the first down.
That was Dan Murphy, who came from his safety position to apply the finishing touches, and Lamley's back in the game. He made a 45-yarder, and now he'll try one from 48 yards out with Darren Flutie holding. Lamley does not use a tee. Flag goes down. Kick is good. Well, the rookie looked all right on that one, but will it stand? We've got a flag down, and it may be a tough choice for Bob Ovilovich, because this could be a first down if, indeed, it's against the Eskimos.
Willie Pless did come out, and then he ran onto the field right at the last minute. He may have been called for an illegal substitution.
Team in Vancouver, that score is correct. It remains 23-10. The field goal was good. However, the officiating staff has called an illegal substitution against the Eskimos. The penalty gives the Lions a first down, so the drive continues. And we talked, Dan, about the penalty troubles of the Eskimos. This is opening the door for the Lions here.
It certainly is. Willie Pless was late getting back out there, not realizing that they were kicking a field goal, and he was on the field goal return team. They called him for the illegal substitution. But what a character builder for the field goal kicker of 45 and 48 yards.
Tony Kimbrough rolling left, has Flutie open inside the 15. All of a sudden, that's the offense that he was drawing up. 18-yard gain for Flutie.
Got to be quite excited about this as Flutie sets in, sees the zone, sets up, runs away from Willie Pless, the linebacker on the inside, and Kimbrough is able, off balance and off his back foot, of able to throw the ball downfield for a big completion.
First down, Lions threatening with Tony Kimbrough at the helm. Play action. Into the end zone. Trevathan can't hang on. Kevin Thompson was also there, and it fell between them. It looked like Trevathan just mistimed the jump.
Trevathan did a great job. They took number 76, Thompson, the wideout, ran him deep out there on Lions, and then just broke out Trevathan in the flat, who had beaten Enos Jackson very soundly. The pass wasn't that poorly thrown, and it looked like, as you said, just a mistiming of the jump.
23-10. Eskimos lead with the Lions threatening. They swing it out to Volpe. He's got some room. And Volpe's run out of bounds just inside the 10, short. That was a big defensive play by Stephen Jordan, who fought off the block of Mike Marasco, impeding Volpe's progress.
Like I say, this is just a running screen. They catch him in a blitz up front. Hey, it's a mismatch. Volpe against Benny Goods. Benny Goods is trying to close the gap from the inside. Stephen Jordan sees that, comes off of the guy that he is covering, and is able to come up and knock him out of bounds for a very little gain.
The outstanding rookie in the Canadian Football League in 1988. Missed most of last year with a serious injury, a lacerated liver, in a game against the Ottawa Roughriders. Big defensive play there, and they'll have to try another field goal. Lamley can kick them from close in as well, and he nails this one from 17 yards out, and so we're back to 23-13. But the illegal substitution almost cost the Eskimos a touchdown as the Lions came close.
Without a doubt, just without a break and a little bit of luck right there, Trevathan could and should have had that touchdown pass in the end zone when he beat him. And you can see Opie there talking to him, trying to say, it's okay, don't worry about it, concentrate, we're going to come back to those plays again. It looks like you've got Enos Jackson in your back pocket as far as being able to beat him. We'll set it up later in the game.
Now he's having words with Marasco, who appeared to miss that block on Jordan, which stopped Volpe short. 3:27 to go, third quarter, and Ron Lancaster now starting to give the gum a little workout because things are tightening up at BC Place Stadium. A 10-point game, 23-13.
Those will be some tired jaws by the time the fourth quarter ends for Ron Lancaster.
In this third quarter, time of possession's been the story. Lions 8 minutes 33 seconds with the football. The Eskimos just 3 minutes, and that is a direct reversal of the first half. Gizmo at his 14-yard line. Eric Starr stops him at the 25 as we join Mark on the sidelines.
Well, Chris, word from the sidelines here is that Danny Barrett was taken out of the game to give him a chance to stand on the sidelines and watch this offense. He's used to throwing to the burner receivers, the deep, fast receivers he had in Calgary, and what he has here are possession receivers, and it's going to take him some time to get accustomed to that. So this is certainly not the start that he wanted, the debut he wanted here in BC. But with the way Kimbrough is playing, he may not get a chance to get back in the second half.
Those numbers for Kimbrough awfully impressive for less than 15 minutes of work. And now Tracy Ham's got to get the Eskimo offense going again. Over the middle, Ellis is wide open at the 43-yard line. And the 11-year veteran has a gain of 18 on the play.
Tracy having all day to throw the ball, stands in the pocket, looks and sees Craig Ellis working behind O.J. Brigance in the zone. O.J. did not follow him across the middle, and it's a good completion and a big completion for Craig Ellis and that Edmonton offense to start to build a little more confidence in them that they can actually keep a jive substantially.
Just 2 catches tonight for Ellis. 2 years ago, over 100, but last year his totals were down. Mike Pringle stopped behind the line of scrimmage. You can see Donald Miller at the bottom of the pile, and that's Lee Johnson, a nose tackle let go by the Calgary Stampeders just prior to the start of the season, also in on the play.
That inside to Pringle right there. Again, you see Miller has great anticipation, good speed and strength as he gets upfield. Pringle having a tough time getting it going offensively.
Second down and 10, and Ham rolls left, throwing deep. Sandusky was in behind Ahmad Field. Sandusky doesn't have the speed of Field, but obviously turned the quarterback around, and Ham just overthrew him.
After as many bullets has been fired at Field, that cornerback right now, again, Sandusky does a great job, and he does have him beat by a couple of feet, but again, you see the speed and the ability that Field has on closing on the ball. He shut that gap very quickly.
Well, we talk about possession receivers, but Sandusky in his 7th year shows he still can be a deep threat for the Eskimos. Nevertheless, they're again in a punting situation. Harper to Flutie. And Flutie stopped for a loss by Stephen Jordan. And the Eskimo punt return team has been outstanding tonight. Here's how the scoring's unfolded tonight. It started with that electrifying 75-yard touchdown to Gizmo Williams. But the Lions tied it on the final play of the first quarter. John Volpe with the touchdown. Second quarter, Jim Sandusky a touchdown pass. And we will continue our summary momentarily as Tony Kimbrough back at quarterback. Hands off to Volpe, and there's no running room there. Leroy Blue plugged the hole. Prior to the end of the first half, Tracy Ham on the 1-yard sneak, 20-7 at halftime. Here in the third quarter, a 27-yard field goal by the rookie Sean Fleming for Edmonton. But that was countered with a field goal by Wayne Lamley of 45 yards. And that's where we stand. 10-point Eskimo lead, but the momentum has shifted in the second half. Kimbrough on second down, going deep, and Mark Clark couldn't haul that one in. spectacular catch.
They said earlier, talking to OB, he is their deep threat, and they feel that he can get deep. He is wide open, but you saw right at the last minute this safety, Dan Murphy, coming over and had a chance to make the interception. You got to be able to play the ball on that, and he had a chance for a pick, and he may have turned it around and sent it back the other way. Rich Stubler, the defensive coordinator.